Hello, loves. July 4th, 2022, 2:45 p.m. That's true. And I would just like to reflect about what happened to those innocent women on the January 6th Capitol steps and how those women were murdered mercilessly. One heavy-set woman who was elderly. And it seems to me these women were targeted mercilessly. Mercilessly. If you look at the video, they were. But nobody's really talking about those women, are they? They talk more about the two cops who died after the fact than the women who were murdered and targeted that day, Jack. And lest we forget, the police who stood down at the Capitol and opened the doors and held them for them and did nothing, when they had an obligation to defend that Capitol from all foreign and domestic enemies. If they really considered the insurrectionists a threat, why didn't they stop them? Begs the question, doesn't it? Because a lot of innocents got hurt that day, and the people who are our patriots, who were innocently let in by the FBI and the CIA, not our own government. Antifa guy was right there wearing the big horns. Come on. Because this is about the innocents in our nation, the little Bambis who were let in. The cops just let them in and opened the doors. Okay? And why did they target women and not men? Those women were no threat, but yet that one officer kept beating that poor woman with that baton. And that honorable black man stood up and said, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. Stop this. It was so sickening. Killed two beautiful women that day. But those on doing the event, they didn't want to talk about that. Or the innocent patriots still in prison with diabetes, getting beat, getting abused, no visitors, I'm sure no shoes, no diabetic medicine, I'm sure. But innocent people let in by our own government to set it up. How sickening is that? And Trump offered to have the National Guard 4 days before that event, lest we forget. And you said no. You didn't want it because he was Trump, you know. But you let the innocent in. You did. That was a democratic agenda if I ever seen one. Ever. And you just let him in, let in the innocents. And now you still, have. Now, insurrections, I think, are people who have, summers of love and, burning police precincts and assaulting police officers while you're defunding them. I'd call that insurrection. Yeah, there's a fly on Bambi's hair. It's probably a little drone. You guys know what's going on. That's insurrection. What happened with Kyle Rittenhouse? That poor innocent kid just defending his friend's personal property and liberties? While the Democrats are letting out these violent child molesters and stuff, who were the ones assaulting Kyle Rittenhouse? You probably funded to get him out. And the National Guard, again, were supposed to be there for Kyle Rittenhouse. But again, the Democratic government said, no. Yeah, there's two flies on there. Yeah, they multiply in this awfulness, like flies on shit. Poor Bambi of the innocent. That innocent. We got flies all over us. It's awful. Because our children are the ones who are suffering the most. Think about those women's kids and grandchildren who have to know that their loved women were murdered by police officers at that Capitol building. That's the insurrection right there. Or leaving innocents like Kyle Rittenhouse. And now these people of Chicago. I'm speechless and I'm Irish. Lest we forget the incivility. There's so much people stealing from everybody. The cops are so busy they can't keep up with it all. Take him to court. Good luck. It's as uncivil as I've seen my country get, quite frankly. Yeah, that flies right between Bambi's eyes. Of the innocents, but, this is our government. Letting them in at the border, giving them the formula, giving them free passes from buses with little tags and envelopes and phones and chips, young working men filling up a vacuum of, it is what it is. But we're going to let this continue. Watergate was far worse than this, and you're just letting it ride. And, while Camilla, I don't know how to say her name. He's just sitting there laughing about it, about inflation. That's a sad state of affairs. And we're just letting it happen? I don't know. Call me crazy. That's the insurrection right there. But that's only if you ask me. Call me crazy. Please.